And here we go. All right. Welcome to another episode of the Legacy of Mythal campaign. So, with the published module officially done, we're jumping ahead 10 years and seeing what the heroes have been up to and what might happen at that point. But first let's look back to back on the 12th of Elaine, 1503 DR. And as Tiamat stepped through the portal into her temple, the magic of the blessing of Bahamut bestowed by Valmersilith activated and offered a choice between the benefits of a long rest or a shared time stop spell to help them prepare for combat. They chose the long rest, and the magic faded, and they faced off with the Queen of Evil Dragons and her champion, Lamar the Red, the long-lost twin brother of Zemsta. As they emerged, Tiamat showed them a vision of what they had chosen to bypass on the way to the caldera. They saw the pit fiend and Junlok talking while devils and red dragon spawn defiled the remains of Anthar Froom and his knights, Captain Rani and his watchmen, and other defenders from Hill's Edge. Only Shwa'an and Jeffa could not be seen within the carnage. Then Tiamat's powerful breath weapons and bite attacks dropped hero after hero as Hef ran from Lamar and shot arrows at her. Spells were cast that were completely ineffective against her, as the group also worked to keep everyone in the fight. Then Zemsta ran up and landed several strong blows, smiting with the power of Bahamut, but the damage being done seemed minor compared to the devastation she was dealing out. The outcome looked grim as Alamar cast telekinesis on an object lying on the floor beneath her. Dropped from Dumidreth Uldris's dead hands, the staff of the Magi splintered under the immense pressure of the magic, and an explosion burst apart the body of Tiamat the Many-Maud. As she dissipated back to Avernus, the blast also reached Zemsta and tore through his body asunder as well. The remaining heroes focused on Lamar and quickly killed him, and Spot then ran out to check on the battle and hurried to the spot where the vision had showed the carnage. Alamir teleported the rest of the group back to General Toth and found the battle at an end. The devils had all teleported back to Hell, the cultists retreated into the tunnels under the Well of Dragons, and the mercenaries under General Mad Dog Malkoric were organizing retreating groups and moving away from the caldera. The allies had taken huge losses and were simply letting them go. The only fighting left was taking out the remaining dragon spawn and younger chromatic dragons, who had all gone mad under the appearance of the King Killer Star. It had revealed itself soon after the battle commenced, and after the Drakhorn had begun a continuous blast that was still going as the heroes talked with General Toth. The entire group met up with Spot, who was working to gather the bodies for burial, and Shwa'an and Jeffa arrived to help. When they were done, they took the body of Joy Maiden Cassell back to the Temple of Joy in Hill's Edge and spent some time visiting friends and family. Then they reported in to their contacts in Waterdeep and began to enjoy a much-needed time of rest. The threat of Tiamat's summoning ended, and the cult of the dragon dispersed and heavily weakened within this part of the world. And that is where we jump ahead 10 years, or not, almost 10 years, not quite, to Greengrass, the day before the first day of Myrtle in 1513 DR. This is the regular time that Alamir, Spot, Jinkin, and Luna meet, regardless of what's going on in their lives, to catch up and maybe relive old stories, celebrate wins, commiserate those lost. But this is the coming upon 6 days previous to the anniversary of the first time that they ran into the Cult of the Dragon in Hill's Edge. And of course, they invited Hef this time. So, Greengrass Festival is going on in Hills Edge. Actually, let's go ahead and let's get over to the right city here. Ba-boom. Greengrass Festival going on. No need to. You can go play games and win tons of stuff with all of your amazing abilities and magic. Or you can just enjoy time together.
We enjoy time together, and if I see people like kids playing games, use my invisible magic hand that I still have to help them win those games.
Awesome. And you could even say a few words and give a huge boost.
Yep.
Yeah.
If I really, really, really feel nice, we'll cast a spell on them.
So, and you all catch up. Now, some of you have been spending time together. I can go through and just kind of give a quick synopsis, what everyone's been up to, and then we can talk through some of the details. Or and starting with Alamir, or if you would like to do it, feel free. Alamir, would you like me to do a synopsis or?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
It's pretty simple.
So, Alamir has spent much of the last 10 years focusing on continued research into the cult of the dragon.
Obsession.
And
Yep.
has, between Candlekeep, working with, I can't remember his name, but the monk who is the expert, was the expert at, or used to be the top expert at Candlekeep on the Cult of the Dragon, that is now shifted over to Alamir, and has been finding out all he can about the cult, its origins, how it works, and the various cells that it runs throughout the world.
Yeah, he traveled. He made himself go and find all this information that he couldn't readily find at hand in the Candlekeep.
So, and that took you over to a part of the world that you didn't even really spend a lot of time in growing up. Your dad focused his mercantile business primarily to the west, towards the coast, and this took you east, essentially to the Dale Lands and all the lands surrounding the Sea of Fallen Stars. And we will come back to some of the stuff that you figured out. The one person who would have been available to you to help whenever you needed it, to do help with scouting missions and infiltration in the way that she is extremely adept at, would have been Luna. So you would have spent some time with her over the years as well. And then there is Hef. So Hef would visit his mother and sister regularly in the village of Greenest, but otherwise lived in Waterdeep. Went back and officially joined the Griffin Cavalry full-time and was promoted to first lieutenant under Captain Bellabranta. He, under his guidance, alongside Bellabranta, they grew the cavalry larger than it had been in over a century. And he continued to expand its role to protect the trade routes between the Way Inn to the south, Neverwinter to the north, and Tribor to the east. And in his spare time, he would help Spot. Spot, who went back to Hill's Edge and started a street kids home to help them the same way he was helped when he was growing up.
And
And
school.
I have some names for it. I don't know if you saw those, but we can see if you like any of them. So the Hills Edge Youth Academy, the Alleyway Allies Initiative, Lanterns of Guidance, Lighting Paths Forward, or the Streetwise Sanctuary.
Second to last one.
Lanterns of Guidance.
Yep.
Yep, and its motto is Lighting Paths Forward. And so you would you set that up in Hills Edge, and also would have been able to set that up as well in Waterdeep. And so employing kids, training them, classes that could help them join factions like the Harpers, get them good jobs, whatever, right? And your motto was, whatever you believe you can be, you can become.
Yep.
Excellent. Luna, still traveling the wilds for the Emerald Enclave, in addition to helping Alamir gather information, helping out anyone else, would have offered to help Spot with the Hills Edge groups, taking him on camping trips and such, and would have offered Jinkin help in his search for his brother. Jinkin, so you took on a quasi priesthood position within the Church of Timora. This is the one thing that I'm not exactly clear on kind of what that means. Can you explain that a little more?
Means I asserted myself into the role, not given the official role, and I still go temple to temple to help out, and still to spread the word of Timora.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Whether they want it or not.
Well, something that that wasn't covered, I guess, well, I'll get back to that. But to finish off the kind of things you did, so you used that as a way to gather more information for the Harpers, offering guiding hands to those that wanted to take up that may have been pulled into cults and other organizations trying to take advantage or offer easy paths. And then you also took out of the treasure trove of Tiamat, the Well of
Yes.
Many Worlds.
Yes.
And we're trying to use that to find your brother. So the Well of Many Worlds, it basically creates like the equivalent of a small black hole. Works the same way, right? Except that you can then you decide where it goes to, and you can try to use it to go to another plane of existence. So yeah, it's essentially it's not really it's planar travel. So go ahead and roll. Just make a luck roll for me, please.
Okay. Luck roll, which was D20 or 2D10?
2d10.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ouch.
I was not exactly sure what I was going to do if it was the other way, but yes. So there is you there is just something about this world of Alaris, whether it only exists within the gem, within the dagger, or what. It just you have not been able to find a connection
To be fair,
between
that's actually the preferred answer.
Yeah, but you keep trying. You several times thought that you could have found a world that could have been it, because it looked similar to what was described to you, but yeah, none of them were Alaris. So back to what was I going to do before? Oh yes. So yes, whatever you guys wanted to do would have been very easy. There was a huge celebration after the destruction of Tiamat at the Well of Dragons, regardless of the huge losses that the Allied forces took.
Did we get our own holiday?
There are people who celebrate it. Certainly, Hill's Edge has a holiday.
Just wanted to put on, Zemsta's gravestone then that everyone celebrates your death.
Yes.
But is the date for that two different
You'll get the
dates?
humor
Because he died twice?
That's the spot kind of humor. So
afterwards, especially those months afterwards, there was nowhere you could go and someone wouldn't recognize you. And as soon as people found out who you were, if they didn't recognize you by sight, like many people offered you free room and board and meals and discounts, and people in taverns wanting to buy you drinks, thank you for your service, wanting you to touch their babies and bless them with your luck and power. It is pretty overwhelming at times, but eventually, as time passed, the intensity decreased, and while people still recognize you, and you can still get free drinks, and many people will thank you for the service that you rendered the realm. It's not as bad as it was. You can every once in a while, outside of Hill's Edge and Waterdeep in particular, you can go to an inn, and as long as you don't say your name, remain pretty anonymous. Can't hear you, Jinkin.
Sorry, on a side note, if I would have ran into any of the wannabe people, and there were people that were unwilling to leave the idea of being a follower of Tiamat again, I would have cast True Polymorph on him, concentrate for the full time, and turned him into like Spoon.
Nice.
Why? Just because.
We would have had access to our griffins that whole time, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Your griffins are your griffins. You can, even when you're in Hill's Edge or wherever, you can take them with you.
Okay.
Yep. And that was something, and actually I remember there's a couple things I missed here. So also, Jinkin, you took on Gypsy Phoenix as a messenger, feeding, housing, and help, and giving him basically jobs to run errands for the temples.
He was down on his luck. He needs some help.
Yeah. We'll nothing obviously from the past needs to be role played, but he would have had some very heart-to-heart conversations with you if you were open to it, apologizing for what happened.
He would have remembered me. I mean, I was a kid when he saw me last before the. I'm just saying, would he even remember who I was?
He has a really good memory. I'll tell you what. But we'll let the dice decide.
Yes, I'm fine.
We'll do. You know what? Never mind. If he recognized the name, he would have just thought it was a coincidence.
Okay.
Unless you let him know that you came from
No.
Hell's Edge. Okay.
Well, I'm in Hill's Edge, but that doesn't, it'd be hard to hide. That part would be hard to hide.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately, not really. Yeah.
So, we'll just leave it. That's fine. All right. Is there anything else special anyone would like to say or have done in the last 10 years? No?
I would have been checking on Nair. That would have Nair would have been part of my life also.
Absolutely. And she
Herself.
She would still, given everything that happened in her role in the research that was done for the ritual for summoning Tiamat, she would probably still hold a significant position related to her specialty research in Candlekeep.
And I would have invited her to go on some of my excursions just to get her out if she wanted to. I know she's a bookworm.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But she likes to travel as well. She would absolutely enjoy that.
Okay.
So, let's look at a couple things here. So I'm going to bring you over to a map. First off, just so you know, in general handouts, and it is now a map of Central Faerun, but it doesn't have everything marked on it like this. So this, on the far left, you can see a red dot for the Well of Dragons. And what you are looking at with these red dots are these central cell locations. So this is the cell location information that Alamir, you have uncovered in the last 10 years. As the cults begin, they have been relatively quiet after what happened at the Well of Dragons. After the vast majority of the powerful city-states and countries and factions from Western Faerun banded together to squash cult activity, they have been very careful.
Has Zemsta's old clanmates of the Zentarum, have they been quiet as well?
No, absolutely not. They have been, to the best of that you would know, you would have heard stories. They have been using their goodwill, the good PR they generated from helping battle the cult, and the stronger relationships that they made with many of the organizations to increase their power and influence. They're taking as much advantage of that as they can.
Have they? I know you said they've gone silent or they've gone.
Not completely, but just nothing really out in the open. So here, this is all. Everyone already had this, but this has been increased. Part of your research, obviously, you went back to the beginning. And the beginning was, of course, Semaster. And so you learned a lot about Semaster, and how his whole history, how he became a chosen of Mistra, the um, the event where his anger at a Zentarum slave caravan caused the but probably or seemingly accidental death of some of the captured slaves, and that is believed to be the beginning of what kind of drove him mad and drove him to the dark side, so to speak. That and Algashan Nather, a priest of Bane who befriended Semaster and began fueling the resentment and the anger, and pushing him down further down that dark path. So one of the interesting things about Semaster is that that kind of surprised you was to learn that he at one time was a love interest of Alestriel Silverhand, who is still the Open Lord of Waterdeep.
Gotcha.
And then, his mistranslation, supposedly, of Maglus's Chronicle of Years to Come, is what caused him to believe that dead dragons would one day rule the world, and that's why he created the cult. Then you found some interesting information that you didn't have before as well. The last time that he arrived, that his lich form rose up, calling itself the Witch King. Supposedly, his phylactery was part of a capstone for the Dracorage Mythal. And this Mythal artifact was somehow destroyed, and was believed that with its destruction, he was as well, and as well that no further Rage of Dragon events would be possible. But you know that that's not true, because one actually occurred during the battle with the Well of Dragons. As for the cult itself, there are no more worm speakers. Instead, the concept of a circle of wearers of purple are now how the cult operates and how they lead. There is usually one person who is in a lead position, but it is more of a collaborative leadership. As far as Western Faerun, still from the Well of Dragons, you have learned that Galvin, formerly Galvin the Blue, is the leader of a group of 12 wearers of purple, and they call themselves the Council of 12. And similar councils like that exist throughout the around the Sea of Stars. So on this map, you see all these red dots. All these red dots associate directly to these locations that are listed here. You have learned much about some of the key players in them, and some of the names may some of them are dragons that lead. So in Sembia there are 2 Dracoliches that lead the Cell and Derloon, and there is a blue Dracolich in Threskel and an elder blue dragon in Murgam at the Tower of the Talon. You found in the Dragon Coast that Junlok now serves as the right hand of the leader, a priestess of Shar, who leads the cult there. And in Unther, there you found a name that you remember from years ago. Ladria Ejinga leads the cell there.
Okay. So is it safe to say that either A, they don't like me because I'm investigating so hard to find all of this? Is there still a dragon stench on me? Or is it more?
That reminds
Am I
me.
marked?
I need you to roll a D100, please.
I'm dead.
That's how much you add. Whoa.
It is.
They
100.
love you.
Okay. What do we get?
I
Move that.
need to take a
Move
look
that.
at this.
All right, D100. I just rolled it, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
Okay.
39. Okay.
Okay. So, well,
They're not that pissed at me. They don't care.
that's not actually what that was for. That's okay.
I'm just making it up.
I mean, you know that it's relatively obvious to anyone who is watching or looking that you are asking questions. But
Have I had any meetings that came into a combat or a skirmish? I don't know. A
there would have
gauntlet
been.
slapped across my face.
You would have either on accident or maybe probing. You would have had that, absolutely. But at this point, like anyone that you encountered, you would have you and whatever helpers you had with you would have not been a match.
Welcome. Gotcha.
No challenge whatsoever. Yeah. So,
All right.
and completely up to you whether you simply captured and turned them in or
They would have been that. It would have been that.
So, yeah, there has been no retribution for your
Investigation.
inquiries.
Gotcha. Yet.
Yes. So,
All right.
They're
I'm
scared
good.
of you.
Yep, that's it. I'm good. I see
um,
lots of red dots.
in the last 3 months, almost 4 months, some interesting things have started. You've been finding some interesting things. So one of the things that you've been working to uncover is how people travel around. You know that there are places in Western Faerun that the cult of the dragon, from at the Well of Dragons, north of that, in Parnast, and further north in the Spine of the World, and in far south and other places, that they have teleportation circles, right? These activation teleportation methods. And you've been looking for those to try to better track and also figure out, just prepare for ways to maybe shut those down.
Did I copy down any of them? Did I ever find any of them?
Well, so they are not teleportation circles per se. They're similar like the ones you used in Parnast, when you went, where they utilize words of power to activate.
Okay.
The interesting thing, though, is that over the past 4 months, all the ones that you started going to, and some of them that you've visited a few times and had people watching, including Luna, have a strange magical aura to them. There is some type of residual magic that they are exhibiting. And you haven't figured out what it is yet. Although, I would assume you would use detect magic in trying to figure out what you could of those areas. The one thing you do notice is that there is a as opposed to great, my mind's going to blank on this, as opposed to normal magic, school of magic for teleportation, which is, isn't it conjuration? Yes, conjuration. Rather than conjuration magic, there is a concentration, or in addition to it, there's a concentration of necromancy.
So they're melding magic. Alrighty then. And anything I do get, that I journal, that I write, that I this, it all stays at Candlekeep inside the library.
So, is it safe to assume that you share, as you learn things, you share stuff with the group?
Oh, very much so, because the Well of Dragons, I'm explaining to everybody while I'm doing all this, the Well of Dragons is just the farthest west that they made. Besides Parnas, but that wasn't as bad as the Well of Dragons. And by looking at that map and showing the map and all this, it doesn't take much for all of these sites to group together. And instead of having one off-site, you've got 14 combined sites, especially
Right.
if they can.
I mean, there are more sites to the west, but not as many, and the vast majority of the western cultists were working together under Severin. Only about 10% of the cultists to the east of the Well of Dragons were involved.
And so I keep everybody, whenever we have our yearly meetings or whenever we pass each other or meet at a tavern, I'm always telling everybody what I'm doing. That's all. I mean, I'm sure we're sharing to each other, but
Yep. And this kind of makes sense. You know that Samaster came from the Dalelands. You know that I believe, if I remember correctly, somewhere, some of the mountains up there, is where he was, where the last battle was when he was the Witch King. I can't remember off the top.
and
of
what
my
about
head.
June Locke?
So Junlok.
It shows if he survived. He says it's going to be south of Cormier, Black Knight Manor, so he's going to be somewhere
Well,
down
he
here.
did survive. Actually, I should take that out. I thought I had. Hold on.
Okay. Westgate.
Yeah. So he.
I mean, there's Evernfault, Westgate, and Black Knight Manor, which I'm guessing is down wherever that is. But it's this general area.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So one of these two down here on the Dragon Coast. So the Dragon Coast is basically where Junlok has been seen.
What's the High Council's? I mean, I'm sure they're getting tired of me telling them what's going on with the Cult of the Dragons.
Well, the council of Waterdeep was disbanded after the Well of Dragons. So at this point, you would only be reporting to Ramalia or anyone else, any of the other high-ranking
Gotcha.
Harpers, of which I guess we didn't talk about this either, but each one of you was after the Well of Dragons would have been promoted to the highest level within the faction. So you are all
Okay.
high-ranking members of your factions.
Gotcha. All right. Alamir's done. Next.
Well, so I'm not going to go back to. So in Hill's Edge, I assume you're all like you're sitting, you're here for. You had the festival. The festival is going on, or it's the day after, and it's a really beautiful time of the year. The spring, the winter thaw is coming. It's still really cold in Hill's Edge, but the weather is warming up and more people are coming out and enjoying the sunshine. Festival is one of the happiest times of the year in Hill's Edge. And because of you guys and the work of Shua'an and some of the other leaders, it is also it is a city that does not know a lot of poverty and homelessness like it used to. So, and all that is celebrated during this time. So, but that's all the information I have. Unless, so questions.
Well, yeah. Back to the background. Hef would have been very interested in working on Savra Bellabranta and making sure, see if there could be a relationship there, going backwards a little bit in time.
Sure.
And so if that was successful with a luck roll or whatever, or she decides she's interested, he would have attempted to get with her in a more long-term way. Just as a backing up to that. And then on this, yes, Hef would celebrate with this celebration in total. If he is a part of that group, he would also be working to possibly take griffins to other cities and have the griffins become kind of a region-wide service, so to speak, that then they charge the cities for that service. I'm an entrepreneur in background, so I can't help it. So
Absolutely. So go ahead and just make a. I already did the luck rolls. Go ahead and make a perception, or a persuasion check for me.
Persuasion. Oh, look at that! He's got nice scores.
He has amazing
Wow.
skills.
Yeah.
And this is with advantage, but it doesn't need to be, obviously. Look at that.
Don't need it.
Yeah. So absolutely, she was already very impressed with Hef from the time of the Griffin training. Loves his ideas, and absolutely, and it wouldn't have been right away, but maybe sometime in the last 5 years they could have gotten married.
Okay.
And yeah, so he could be in a regular relationship.
Very good. So that would be his path. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Somebody to mourn him if he dies.
Now, does he have any kids?
That is a really good question.
I mean, it's been 10 years.
Roll a D100.
Does he have any kids?
He has 83 kids.
It's this roll -1. 2 kids.
2 kids. There we go.
2 kids.
Perfect. And
Both girls.
Well, we're gonna
One.
see.
One's name is Zemsta.
Nope, they're both boys.
And they're twins.
He does, feel like a
They're twins.
potent guy, so guys,
What?
yeah.
What did
I
you
said
say?
he does feel like a potent character, so I'm sure he only pops out males.
And yeah, one was named Zemsta, and the other was Zimsta.
Very well could have named one Zem. Yeah. Zemsta, what's his last name? Dream Chaser? What is his last name? No, that's the Griffin.
Starweaver.
Starweaver.
Yeah,
There we go.
Yeah.
There
Yep.
we go.
Yeah, that would work. That would be the ultimate honoring Zemsta. So yeah.
Awesome. All right. Anything else? No? Okay. So, back to these locations. One of the things. So, okay. Let's just role play. We'll just play this out this way. You are
We're all
all
gonna
in
die.
Hill's Edge. I'm going to go back here. Go back to Hill's Edge. You are all at the Stone Saddle Inn, right? Help me out here. What's the name of the proprietor?
Bob.
No. Hagrid, right? Isn't it Hagrid? No.
That sounds right.
Or sounds right. Yeah, I think his name's Hagrid. Having a meal, telling stories. You are all extremely well known in Hill's Edge, and Hagrid loves when you come to eat meals there, because the place packs for the evening.
Well, he's got to stop telling people that we're coming.
Look, he's a businessman. That's a
Damn it, Hef! Why are you telling him how to run his business?
It's like that he makes more money on those evenings than he does any other 2 or 3. So, yeah, you're all making a huge
Dent.
yeah. Eating, drinking, sharing the stories. Alamir, you've been catching everybody up on the latest that you've been finding out. And the door opens. And in through it walks an elf. Looks like they've been out in the wilderness for months. They're dirty, bedraggled. They look tired and cold, which is all relatively unusual for an elf. You see lots of wounds that are still healing on their body. As they look around, and then their eyes catch Alamir, and they immediately make a beeline through the crowded room for your table.
Instant disguise. Whatever the damn spell is.
We teleport.
Yep, gone. This is where you see the
The whole table
cup.
goes invisible.
The cup starts spinning on the table when we leave.
I throw the well right in front of them, so they actually fall into the well, into a random world if you're choosing, because I don't get to choose where they go. That's random by the DM.
That would completely change the campaign.
Campaign is over.
I ran campaigns like that. I'm totally up for it. We do that.
And then mana.
So they have light brown hair, tied back into a tight, short little ponytail. Very long, bedraggled face, tired eyes, and he comes up, and he looks around, and he kneels down in between Alomir and Jinkin, who are sitting right at that end of the table, and he goes, Alomir, it is you, right?
Nod.
I
Oh.
I am Carvo. I was sent to report to you a finding, an event, something that just happened up on the northern edge of the Moon Sea.
I invite him to sit down, and if he's hungry, or if they're hungry, grab a table next to us so we can talk and say, wet your whistle, have a seat. No one here bites, except for that one over there.
He just
Looks at Luna.
doesn't even ask. He just grabs the nearest cup. It happens to be Jenkins,
Oh,
and he just starts.
he opens the well.
and starts downing it. It was my mouth was very dry. That's
Case.
thank you.
That was my spit from tobacco.
I was told you needed to know this right away.
Okay, and I'm looking in the map. He said where? The Moon Sea?
Yes.
Okay.
Goes,
Yep.
up
Yep. I know where it is.
in Holberg. There was an adult dragon living in the Tharian swamps northwest of the city. And it was a relatively slumbering beast, easy to pacify, was paid a tithing by the locals, and simply took what it needed occasionally of the local
Meat.
local deer and elk and some of the cows. Did not really hurt anyone. Kept to
But-
himself.
It was a dragon. Does he say what color?
It was black. He said black.
Was the dragon named at all? Or
Um,
do they just call it the Black Dragon? That's the easy way out, Tom.
Larvestarik.
I'm gonna forget that. Let me get my notes.
I'll let's see here. Come on. Where is my? There we go. So I can type.
Yeah, let me get your name. I know how Tom makes names.
463 syllables at least.
And 3 vowels.
Only 2 R's. Come on.
1, 2, 3, 4 vowels. Okay.
Yeah,
It'd been
4.
funnier if it was
4
just 2
Come
vowels.
on.
But like 30 letters.
Black Dragon, and you said west of him. You said Hamburg? That's in Germany.
Holberg.
Holberg.
Northwest of Holberg.
Okay.
Which is the, you can see,
Yeah, I'm
the
looking at the
far
map.
eastern edge here. I'll pull the map up, so we don't really need Hill's Edge, so everybody can see. Let's do this.
Yes, it's Lovey Stink. So it's up up here somewhere.
Right here. Yep, right there.
I see Harlberg. Okay, got it. But there's already a dragon cult setting there.
There
Is
is
this
just north.
So
of
is this
Holberg. So
an added addition to them, or is this a
no,
loner?
he's been there a long time, but
They
then
must be convincing him to help them.
5 days ago, all of a sudden, the dragon appears and terrorizes 2 small villages, wiping them clean. And he had changed. He had transformed into a Dracolich.
So what's a black dragon and is now a black Dracolich?
What concerns us the most is that we knew he had been approached by the Cult of the Dragon and turned them down, had no interest in the relationship.
Okay. All right.
So either they became incredibly persuasive. Normally it takes decades or centuries for the cult to convince dragons to undergo the ritual.
This just happened.
Yes.
Okay.
All that we can think of is that they have some new angle, something that is convincing almost overnight a dragon to evolve.
Is that really an evolution? I mean, he's just dying.
I tell him we need to talk about this, but I'm sure we will be heading to Holberg expeditiously. But feel free to eat your fill, and thank you for the
Bring in more
information.
drinks.
Bring another round for each of them, and let Hagrid know that they let him chow down, and ask him if they need a place to stay.
Thank you. I will go. I'm going to go and clean up and spend some time at the Druid Grove.
Okay. Luna, do you want any? Do you want to talk to them all at the Druid Grove? I mean, they're your people,
I
apparently.
quietly pass them a small coin with a symbol of me on it.
Symbol of
Tom.
me. You're giving them. Here you go.
A symbol
Here's
of
your
mine.
Have
swag.
me.
Here's some swag.
Well,
Now,
actually,
tell them if they run into anybody there, present this, and they'll be more welcome and well taken care of.
well,
How many
actually,
of these
no,
coins did you get made?
It wasn't showing outright, but he will flash his symbol of the Emerald Enclave.
Okay. Do I know him?
You know he's of the Enclave.
You know what?
Do you know?
Does it look like a
everybody?
legit symbol?
It's
You
a counterfeit.
don't. It is not someone that you have met before. Probably, and from his accent, he's probably from somewhere to the east. That
Okay.
You haven't somewhere that you probably haven't.
Oh,
done
give
as
him a
much
luck
travel
roll.
to.
Come on.
I did the
1
luck
in
roll.
100.
I did.
Aw.
He's actually a wearer of purple in disguise.
So
Don't put it past him.
I'll go out that way later, most likely.
very
I
good.
still give them a small token with a symbol on it. This way, they'll be well taken care of.
Very good. He thanks you, and he leaves. All right.
I didn't tell him I had a hidden camera in there, though. I'm joking.
And what do you all talk about when he leaves?
Are you up for an adventure?
Is that in the Moonsea area? Right? That was the
Always.
area he...
Yes, north. It's right here.
I think it's worth going there if no other reason. You mentioned before in your little info dump to us that there was some where's the purple there.
Not only is it the circle of purple, that actually was the area. No, down here were the dragons.
I'm saying you mentioned people of purple or whatever were in that area too.
Correct.
When you guys when you're talking, and that made me perk up a little bit. But
That
that's
you perked. You perked. It's a good perk.
Yep. Phenomena.
Mana. Let's see. That area, Moonsea, there it is. So that area has Vasa and Damara. That's all I got.
Yep. Oh, and
I don't know if
looked
they're
it up
dragons or if they're people.
I looked it up just so you have this information. The Desert's
Gotcha.
Mouth Mountains on the basically the western side of the Dale Lands was the last time that Semaster arose.
So we cut the tip of the head of the snake off real fast. All right. So to get here, we can griffin it. Oh, well, I ask everybody. It's been a while. Are you all still rusty, or would you be up for helping out this area with a supposed black Dracolich?
What time is it?
7:53.
Yeah, it is. So it's
Sweet boy.
That's a good question. We the way we were talking, it was essentially like an early dinner. It was probably dinner time. The sun would be going down, still early enough in the year that it goes down pretty early.
Well, I'm sure most of us would have to go back to wherever we were staying for the night to grab stuff. So, would you like to leave in the morning?
Which we can. We can also, if we need to, I can just port us to Waterdeep to, if anybody needs to do some shopping tomorrow. You know what I mean? Before we leave. It's an if. If not, I have everything I need.
I mean, we can go there, but if we are, we're just going to buy the city.
We're going to buy the city? Holy crap, how much money do you have?
I don't know. 10 years of...
That's true. We own the bank. Ilamar's good. Jenkins?
Yeah, I'm good
tomorrow?
to go.
Okay.
Good to go tomorrow, yeah.
Luna tomorrow?
I'm good either way.
Hef/Zem?
All good. Let's do it.
And,
Tomorrow morning.
And Spot. I guess we just talk for Spot. Okay, Spot says yes.
Yep. All right.
You know,
What?
I've always wanted to go to the Mythal. I just don't remember if this is what the state of that place is right now. Because I think of it still back from all the stories of it being full of the Desians of the Underdark.
So
Now, I don't have a teleport to this area. The
Right.
closest I could get us would be Tarnest.
So you've been traveling around. You would have because you said you were traveling
Throughout,
areas.
yes.
Luna would have been as well.
You gonna give me some city points so I can put them in?
So Melvaunt would be the major city in Thar that you probably would have gone to. Molemaster for sure is a major city.
Okay, I'm just putting these things in my
Although
shindigging.
or should we just for since we all since it's the name of one of the characters one of us played when many of us first met playing games online, you could go to Elmwood.
There we go. That's good. It brings us all together. Someone's got the giggles.
Yeah, I
You do
forgot
know
about
I was
that.
introduced by that name to him live.
Nice.
And this is Elmwood. What? Okay. All right. Yeah, that's totally okay. We can port to Melmaster. The other question, Melmaster, we can also just fly there. How long would it take travel? If we just
A
went?
long time.
A month?
So, all of the maps are accurate now. I have them pretty accurate. So, Mole Master to the Well of Dragons.
Holy crap in a basket. That's a big number.
Yeah.
That's 7,000 miles. Okay, I'm teleporting.
Yeah. It's overall at least 12,000 miles. So, yeah.
All right, I'll just pull this out. Here we go.
It'd be some great
Boom.
extra bonding time with your griffins.
Oh, a lot of bonding time. There you go.
It'd be a lot warmer when you got there.
Yeah, true.
Teleport, sleep in the nearest town, and then get up the next morning and go.
Yeah, we're gonna port to Mole Master here.
It is spring.
So we're not going to take care of those words of purple, though. Damn.
That's where we're going. Yeah. We're going up here. Well, sorry, to the west of that, northwest over here.
Right. So you teleport to Mole Master.
And yeah, we can take care of some purples. They're right there.
And
oh my God.
Yeah, it's still.
That's still.
This is
how
a
many
big
miles a
map.
day? Right. How many miles do griffins fly in a day?
You can go
10.
88. You can go 88.
10 miles?
Let's say you can push we'll say 90 to make round it up.
That's still 8 days
Yeah.
of flying, and we're going over water. So
we ain't gonna fly 8 days over water.
So we have to go around.
No. We can go over. We're gonna polymorph one of you guys into a sea turtle, like the
giant sea
big
turtle
ones. Yeah, the big giant ones. Preferably not the monk, because I've seen what they do to monks. Yeah, and then they can just ride on its back, like that one thing, golden. Axe.
Other option is actually take a boat. That is a city. They would probably go from here to here. Was that Therita? The next to the left?
Thentia?
Or would Hurlberg have it?
Thentia.
I just don't know. I know the size of the cities are based on the dot, the circle, the square.
Well,
and
the
such.
other thing, I mean, you could always. Yeah, I mean.
We would have to take a boat. There's no way. The time-wise, flying around, going around the Horn is not going to help it.
Or
But
you
if we took
could
a
try to
boat-
find some of the local pictures of places.
And go by chance.
Yeah, and just pure teleportation.
Well, we know I can get us to Mole Master. I just did. Teleport's like poof.
Okay.
Did Luna pick up any druid rings?
Actually, if you're doing, I was thinking you're doing regular teleportation. If you were doing a teleportation circle, then the one place you would have a teleportation circle to that you could use would be Zental Keep.
Okay, so over here.
Which is right here. Yep.
Yeah, and that way we're already over the ocean and it's all land flight.
Yeah.
That I would do. So we would teleport to Zental Keep. Totally okay. That I got, and I'll be right back.
Okay. So Alamir teleports everybody. You arrive at Zental Keep. There's a little bit of a hubbub. You are definitely known there, recognized. There is some pleasantries. Not everybody is obviously pleased to see you all, since none of you are actually Zentarum. But the leaders there give you a warm enough welcome, ask if there's anything they can do for you.
We hear you have a dragon infestation.
A dragon infestation? What?
The undead type.
What do you mean?
Well, it's wherever, and I pointed out on the map to him.
Oh, Holberg. Oh, that's
Of the undead type.
a Dracolich. Well, that is very interesting. Perhaps you should take one of our trackers with you.
I just looked at everybody else. What do you guys want to do?
I mean, we can take the tracker with us, but we have a tracker. I just point to half.
Do we though?
Yes, we do.
All right. Well, if we have one that knows the lands here quite well. If you change your mind, just let us know.
Wouldn't hurt to have another, don't you think?
One
I
that
could
knows the lands better. Yes, tracking is always about knowing where you are and where you're at.
So I vote we bring him or her along.
Excellent, excellent. Let me go get them. And
Insight check.
Do I know people in this area very well?
I lean over to you guys. I go, was he lying?
Not
Like,
this.
is he sending somebody just to keep an eye on us or to sabotage us? You're muted.
I
Mr.
assume he
Jinx.
is, regardless of what the insight would actually tell me, because this isn't harm.
Well, Jinkin with his passive insight of 25, would absolutely know. He is offering to help, but
He's always got
his
something.
eyes lit up when he heard dragon. Dragons mean money and magic.
Yep, and that's kind of a well thought and well guessed thing. There wouldn't even that would be a very obvious, I feel like, setup there.
Yeah.
But we'll play dumb and say, "Oh, I'd love to have the help."
So he comes back, and you were expecting more along the lines of probably a grizzled, like rough and tumble ranger tracker type. And
Spot always expects a young kid
well,
because they know everything.
Spot basically gets what he expects because walking alongside this tall, elderly, what looks like some type of mage or scholarly type that was offering you help is this young girl. She has short cropped blonde hair, an almost like Trubik face. The cheeks are red and like wind burnt from the cold and the outside. She's dressed in various layers of leathers and furs. Big smile on her face, bright blue, pale blue eyes, and
I just look at her and go, yeah, she's excited because she knows who we are.
and she comes walking up, and you see the man put a hand on her shoulder as she's about to talk, and he goes, "This is Ceci, and she would be very happy to help ensure that you find your dragon."
Shake her hand.
That we find it.
Mm-hmm. Shake her hand.
How tall is
Say
she?
welcome.
She is
3 feet, whatever. How old she is again?
So she has the ears of a half elf. She looks like a half elf, but she is barely. She's maybe 4'1", just over 4 feet.
So she'll fit in small little cracks and areas if she needs to go into investigate areas. Perfect.
Correct. Luna, why don't you give her a coin?
I was going to say something that was going to sound really bad, but we won't go. So say, do we all have to sleep with her so she can talk to us?
No.
But I was talking about the earrings, not. Yeah.
It she yeah, it doesn't look like she has a symbol that would a pin that would work for that.
But we have one from Zem. We always have an extra.
That is true.
All that was left on the
actually,
ground was a
Can
pin.
we take a small circle back? What happened to the intelligent weapon that Zem had after that all happened? What actually happened? I'm sorry to back up here, but did we
that's
just
a
throw
good
that
question.
in a bag and hide it?
I was waiting for I was waiting for somebody to bring it up. I agree. That's kind of a big deal.
The armor,
none of us
the
would-
weapon. So here,
None of us would wield the weapon. We're
Right.
not going to take the weapon. We're not looking to use it. But I want to know what happened to that weapon. And did we just throw it in a bag and basically let it get lost in the ether?
So here is something that is good. We should cover this very quickly. We're not going to say he's still around because we don't know what might happen in the last 10 years, what may have happened. But 10 years ago, after the Well of Dragons, Anthar Froom, it was determined should be resurrected. And so the Order of the Gauntlet brought him back, and they asked that Zemsta's holy armor and holy weapon be turned over for continued use within the Order.
If the belt lived, I had a hill giant as well as a storm giant belt on my possession.
That is
if
correct.
they lived.
Roll roll a d20.
Storm giant?
Just roll a d20 as save for me for the belt.
Yeah, he had a ton of crap.
He had those 3 really good items. Given what you went through, that's not good enough. So the belt was destroyed. The other 2 items are artifacts. So
I was going to say, if that belt was still around, that would have been something somebody would have snagged, because that would be pretty awesome.
yeah, yeah.
Plus 20 of the damage, basically.
Unless Alamar used his Tanika on it.
Nope.
So there was a change though. So Anthar Froom was resurrected. However, his body was heavily infused with fiendish energy from the battlefield, and he did not come back exactly the same way he was before. So this is the Anthar Froom as he looked after resurrection.
Oh, it looks better.
Yeah.
Nothing a few drinks can't get past.
And if you look below there,
I like the beard.
he was there is a little speech that he gave when he, after resurrection and as he was being honored and promoted, as you all, similar to how you all were within your orders, he was promoted to the highest level within the Order of the Gauntlet. That is the speech he gave when that happened. For everyone, so you don't have to read, I will just quickly read it. The forces of hell, in their arrogance, sought to claim me as their own, imbuing my mortal flesh with fiendish strength and dark magic. They believed they could turn me, a righteous hand of the Order of the Gauntlet, into a weapon against these lands. But they were gravely mistaken. This power, this dark gift, I shall wield not in service to those malevolent beings, but against them. With every beat of my heart now laced with the inferno of their realm, I vow to stand taller against the darkness. The flames that were meant to consume my soul now ignite my resolve, burning brighter with the desire to protect those I hold dear.
Can we have him join us? I mean, we need a paladin. We got an opening.
Gotta have one, right?
I'll tell you what, if he can join us, we'll even give him a helmet to cover his face.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And a belt. Oh, wait, never mind.
and unless there was any serious issues, that's where Sophia would have ended up.
Gotcha.
All right. That's fine.
All right.
And we still know where he is, right?
Mhm.
He's not like, magically disappeared for the last few months or anything.
No.
Okay. Just want to make sure that, we aren't losing track of, people that, have been succumbed to weird things.
So, I guess the question to pose to Hef's player is, would he still for sure be alive at this time? Yeah. Okay. Then yes, he is in Elturel. All right. All right. So you have, you're introduced to Ceci. She would need to ride with somebody since you're riding griffins.
Hef is the best rider we have.
Yeah, and he's become the second best trainer in the group. So yes, he would gladly help.
Do not put
Hef's
her with
married
me.
too.
Yeah.
Well, what goes on the road.
The
never,
girl
never,
is
never,
14.
never mind.
Come on.
All right.
Every time he makes a little
stays in
look,
Vegas.
every time he makes a look, we're like, "You're married."
I know.
But yeah, that's the
Man.
safest. That's the safest place
What?
for her flying was.
Okay.
Has she-
Then she's happy to do that. And also that's also one of the easiest griffins to ride a second person on, so not a problem. So she will ride behind Hef on Windchaser. I believe that's the name. That's off the top of my head. I got it right here actually. Dream Chaser. Yep. All right. And you begin to fly from Zentelkeep, and you travel. Let's see, 90, huh? So it's going to take. Wow, yeah.
Yeah, it's still like 9 days.
So to Flan, it
It's
just seems like so much, but I know it's right. Like I.
And you said 90-ish miles a day.
So that's 6 days to
6
Flan.
days. Hey, while we're there, we'll get a dessert.
6 actually.
But I wanted creme brulee.
No, you're getting flawed.
Yeah. So it's going to take about 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be like a month to fly there. That doesn't seem right.
Yeah, something's got
That
to be a
doesn't
little,
look right, honestly.
It
That just
off.
seems.
Little off.
doesn't look
Yeah.
right. There's no way that's right. I know that the other map is right. Hold on. I'm just gonna see. I know that this map
Yeah, your gauge is off a little bit.
is updated. So
Your miles are off.
This map is correct because Waterdeep to Daggerford is about
2 days.
about 120 miles. So, and that's according to all the other stuff. So, okay.
Who's breathing? It's like telling dogs, stop breathing. Stop breathing.
So I'm just gonna
And the
look
dog
real
dies.
quickly here. Let me look.
At least it was a good listener.
Sorry guys, I just want to make this just doesn't seem right. We need to fix this real quick. Where's my original map? Let me pull this up. Hello. Maps. There's my original full world map.
That entire lake is only like 200 miles long.
That's 120. So this is at 120. So okay, this right here. Yeah, that is way off. Holberg to just maybe a little longer. That's 120. That's yeah. Holberg to Flan. Oh, these are multiplied by it's 10 high. Hold on, let's fix this real quick. Yeah, that is crazy.
I was just imagining commerce and how possible commerce would be in this area.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So let's see if that fixes it. There
No,
we go.
you'll get your barrel of wine. It'll be here in
Okay.
4 months.
Zental keep to Flan. You can fly there easily in a day.
Well, then how far was it from Mullwater if we were going to go there and up? That's a day.
Yeah, you could have gotten there. You could have flown over the moon, flown over in a day. But you would have
Now
had.
start talking about.
Yeah. So at this point, then you could do, one. Yeah. So just over 2 days to fly to Holberg. That's better. I don't know how that got so.
Adamir, if you're talking, nobody's going to hear it.
We need to ask the girl, is there anything that she needs before we leave? Because we're not stopping at another town till we get to Hallberg.
She needs to use the restroom.
She can pee all she wants. She's on the back of a griffin. I'm not flying behind him or underneath him.
She's ready. She's good to go. No problems.
With that said, let's be clear. She's behind me. So
We're all behind you, okay?
Okay.
But boom.
So unless there's something special you want to do, you can fly. You fly to Holberg.
Okay.
So you camp 2 nights. I assume not. I assume outside on the Moonsea.
And we're using the Liamon's.
Okay. So you're doing Liamon's tiny hut, and you fly over the marsh, the Thar marshes, land just late at night on the edge of the
You're
marsh.
cutting out, Tom.
Huh?
You're getting really digitally sounding.
Oh, that would be because I'm on a different network right now.
Okay.
No,
you're fine now.
Fine now?
It's
Okay,
done. It's
thanks.
over.
Yeah, just let me know if that happens again. All right. You land that night on the edge, and how are you? And you're in the hut. Do you keep watches, or you don't worry about it in the hut? You're muted.
You are exactly right. No, we have to keep watches because the griffins are too big for the hut. And I was lazy and I didn't memorize the giant mansion thing. I mean, who would have? So yeah, we have to do watches, and Almir will always take first watch.
I would expect Alamir to always have that spell because he always wants comfort.
Are you telling me that you don't have the mansion?
Gives you your own room.
No, the mansion or the other one. There's even a bigger one.
Well,
it's like the castle.
I'm disappointed. I am now disappointed in Alamir altogether. Just
altogether. Hold on.
Yep.
Let me see.
He promised a 5-star, and
and
we
I
got
gave
the
him a
1-star
3-star.
little dump.
Gave him a 3-star.
So who takes second watch?
I'm taking 6 hours, so it doesn't matter.
Hef can take second.
That's all we need. That's all we need for the night.
I'll wake up early and take the last.
Yeah. You do still need 2 people in addition to Alamir, so that's...
Do you? Okay, I thought I was going to take the 4 hours. Okay.
You do, but you need
So,
um
so, so I have a question.
yeah.
Okay.
If I summon something like a Fae and have them to do night watch for us for 8 hours, does that work? And then when I wake up next day, you see what I'm saying?
How long does it last?
I have to look through my spells.
'Cause I think it's only an hour.
I think that covers half of my watch right there. Let's see
You don't have
here.
to take a watch though. We have it covered between
Yeah.
the three of us.
Wait, you also
So
have
you're
to
done. You
have
can sleep all
to
night.
keep concentration. You can't keep concentration while you sleep.
While you're sleeping.
Ah,
Oh,
that's true.
you didn't know what he got when he hit level 18, did you?
Yeah.
I don't know either.
I was
I
just
got
waiting
nothing.
for you to make up something. Yeah,
I
the one
couldn't
I
think
was
of
saying
anything.
about, it's an hour.
Nice.
But we have Griffin Watch. We have the Griffins too are very very good sentries, specifically because of their hearing. And sounds good to me. It's a good night.
Excellent. Okay.
Long rest. Hef, how many extra temp points, hit points do we get?
Good try. Good try.
Well, I get some. I will use my first action when I wake up to activate the cloak.
Show off.
Okay. I need Alomir. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me, please.
Just a regular D20?
Yep.
Okay, D20, here you go.
All right. You so you
Fireball.
keep your watch. Take your watch. Actually roll again because you basically do 2 watches.
There's the other side.
So you are into towards the last half hour of your 4-hour watch.
Mm-hmm.
And you are getting ready to you're sitting there because you probably are studying and writing and stuff, and you hear the griffins making noise.
Okay. Look around.
You look around. Make a perception check. It's with disadvantage because it's at night. Even
Okay, perception at disadvantage. I could just cast True Sight on myself, but nah. I'm getting there. Disadvantage. There we go.
Phenomena.
How about a 16?
16's not bad. You notice something moving very quickly towards the camp from the northwest, and it is extreme. It's like this black. It's blacker than the night sky and moving quickly, and it is tall, very tall.
Like, how tall?
Like
Grass
maybe
level height?
like 30 feet tall.
Holy crap. All right.
It's like like in the dark you can't quite make it out, but it's like a walking tree or something of that sort.
So,
Alright.
with all of our conversations with this lady that knows everything, she would have told us what's around these areas. Does it recognize anything to who sees it?
Does she tell us of what to be wary for in the area?
Yeah, I mean, I would have had those conversations with her. Like, what's around here? What do we need to expect to run into in travels and whatever?
And she would have told you a lot of those things. This does not ring a bell to Alamir and any from those conversations. go ahead and like you can't really make it out, but go ahead and roll an Arcana check from what little you can see.
I might have a way to help with disadvantage.
No, Arcana
Just
check
regular?
is normal.
Okay.
Very high DC though, and that is not good enough.
Okay. Then Alamir's going to have fun with this.
Okay.
So he's going to cast a spell. Oh god, if this works, I'm using it every time.
Don't let it work.
Okay, so he's going to cast Time Stop.
Look at that. Oh wow, look at that.
And-
First 9th level spell cast in the game.
And I have four
Four.
actions that I can use.
Yes, you do. 4.
First actions.
Okay.
First thing I'm going to do is at will, I'm going to cast my Mage Armor. I gotta find it. Mage Armor, 3rd level. Nope. 4th level? Where's Mage Armor?
But aren't you already wearing? You already have the other thing that already gives you better armor.
Oh, that's right. I took it off. No problem. You're right. I'm gonna do mirror image. Do my at will mirror image. Okay. Boom. Boom. My second thing I'm going to do is use my staff, and I'm going to telekinesis. Let me get my telekinesis. I'm going to stop it in its tracks.
You can as soon as you do that, the time stop ends.
That's right, because I've targeted it. I will do that last then.
Okay.
Next thing I'm going to do, let me find it down here. Where is it? I've got too many spells to look at. I'm trying to find web. I had web somewhere. 3rd level, right?
But you're interacting with it then too. So.
No, I put it in front of it, so he has to walk through it.
But if you're gonna stop, okay.
Staff of the Magi. I'm going to put this in front of it. So in its next turn, it's going to walk through it.
But if you're stopping it, aren't you preventing it from walking into it?
It'll walk through it when I stop the thingamajiggy. So
I thought
that's
you're using telekinesis to stop it from moving, though.
No,
so
I
why
used
would it walk forward if you stop it from moving?
When this ends, he'll still be freezing. You're right. So I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna put web still in front of it just in case this breaks because I want to use spells.
Okay.
And the last thing I'm going to do is
burn them all.
Yep. So we'll use telekinesis because you said once I touch it, he's going to get stopped. Okay,
right,
telekinesis. So
let me
he's
look at
now
something.
held 1,000 pounds. I can hold.
We're just going to use this map because we can. I'm going to drag you guys down. Whoops. Oh, that's that one. Here.
And I'm going to cast my last spell. I'm going to wait to see what this thing does when all of this occurs. Okay.
All right. I just throwing you all down here on
I'm
the
with
map
you.
at some point,
Okay.
just so we're here.
That's fine. I'll be right here.
Or I'm put. You were all.
Oh, okay.
Because you're all basically together on the edge of.
Okay.
I mean, did our alarm system of all of our griffins wake up to something sneaking through the woods?
Oh, that's what alerted Alamir.
Mm-hmm. They made their caca sound.
Did it
All right.
wake anybody else up?
Not. Well, Alamir hasn't woken anyone up. So you did
Not yet.
mirror image, and then you did what?
Web in front.
And then you put a web out in front. Okay, let's just do a web.
Well, where's this thing? Do I see where it is?
So it is. I'm just going to tell
Ish.
you that as of when you started,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
it was it had just stepped over to there. That's perfect. It had just stepped over and was that far away.
So that's 40 feet away. That's 60 feet. Okay, 60.
So
right.
let's go to.
Yeah. That for my third action, that's a good idea. My third action, I'm going to wake everybody else up.
But remember, if you interact with them, you break your spell.
Interact with my own people or on a creature?
Because you're the only person in this.
Unless you're putting all of us in this. But
Wait,
I
he
don't know if
can't.
we can
It's
do
only
that.
one.
Okay.
It's only self.
Mm-hmm.
Is that good for the web?
A little further, like right there. I don't know if that's a hole or a tree or a mound or what. I just want it between me and it.
Yeah, that's like mud.
Okay.
Okay.
So then number 3, so it was time stop, so mirror image, then it was web, and I'm going to use the third one. It's going to be telekinesis to try and hold it. Once I touch it, it's going to break the time stop.
Okay.
So right now I'm just trying to stop it
No
in its
problem.
tracks. And when the time stop, when the telekinesis hits, I'm going to alarm everybody else.
Oh, it does exist. Oh, that's awesome.
You have it?
Cool. I just need to real quickly go to the map. Da, 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 da. Marsh. Get this baby out here. There we go. Okay, where did that thing show up? There it is. Cool. All right.
And as it's approaching, does the light? We have a campfire out here. Does the light illuminate to it? I mean, I have dark vision to 60, so.
So
And is it
what you
attracted by light?
see is a creature that is almost made of solid blackness,
Okay. A shade type thing, a shadow looking thing.
like this.
That's us. Where are we at?
It's huge, and so you see this tall, gangly creature walking forward. So you use your telekinesis.
Mm-hmm.
And that is never. Let me see.
Never have I ever.
There we go.
We're playing that game, man.
No, that's an object. Object.
I'll
Creature.
pass on that one.
You try to move a huge or smaller creature. All right, so that covers this. It's huge. Make an ability check with your spellcasting ability, contested by the creature's strength check.
Okay. So I am using my what?
You're
Arcana?
rolling your spellcasting.
Okay. What the hell is that?
So
It's your intelligence
Okay.
Yep.
with whatever bonuses you get for intelligence and your proficiency, I believe.
yeah, it's proficiency plus intelligence.
Okay. Proficiency plus intelligence. So this all plus
Probably
11.
not gonna. He rolled a natural 1, so you may not.
I'm just going to use this because it's already there. The total is plus 11.
Oh yeah, you crit. And the creature rolled a 1.
That looks like it's a little more than, 20 feet
So
tall.
you can move the creature up to 30 feet in any direction, including upward, but not beyond the range of the spell.
I got it.
And the
Oh,
creature
sorry.
is until your next turn, it's restrained.
Okay. So I'm going to hold it up to 30 feet in the air.
Okay.
And I said once I hold this, I'm sending out the alarm to everybody else, and then I'm going to cast my last spell. Right on the creature.
Right. You cast the telekinesis.
Great, but now I'm casting a spell on him because telekinesis was the last thing from the time stop. So my actual...
No. When you did that, the time stop ended.
Oh, okay.
As soon as you did that.
Okay, so now we just need initiative.
So now, yep. So now let's open this up, and we can go to initiative.
Make sure I select it.
That's not bad for it. You know what's really awesome is I only have one creature to control in a battle.
That's right. Okay, so
like that is I can't remember the last time that happened.
Oh, you just woke us up for this crap.
yes.
Wow, we got to test out. We got to test out level
Got
18
test
abilities, right?
exactly. That's the whole
We can't
reason.
go to
You
bed
got it.
before we test them out.
Exactly. Yeah, gotta take it for a run.
Oh, this is before our long rest would take place.
Yep.
No, but we already had a long rest at the town, didn't we?
I'm just saying our second long rest because it's the idea of going into this and then leaving
Gotcha.
it and be like, oh, now we're gonna walk into something else.
Okay. And of course, half with his 24.
All right. But so you yelled out, right?
Yep.
So it wasn't
Let
a
me see.
physical wake. So go ahead and roll a perception.
See if you actually hear it.
Yep.
Doesn't he have like a third sense to his griffin?
I think he's got it.
I think a 32 does it. Yeah, that's not a problem.
You know, I can also just turn off the house spell, and then everybody's like, "What the hell? That was warm."
All right, Hef, you hear Alamir yelling.
Shadow creature to our west. Look up. Da, da, da,
All right.
da.
I will.
You don't have dark vision, do you, Hef?
Yeah, he does.
He does. He's okay.
He has a bless similar to what Zem had. He has a blessing from Bahamut.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I will get up and
Good one, chicken.
jump on my griffin,
Okay, nice.
and then attempt to take off and fly up as far as my movement would allow.
And I warn everybody that there is a grounding web directly between us. Right about there.
I love how Hef's voice has changed over the last 10 years.
Well, he's out to deeper. He's definitely deeper now.
Well,
Oh,
he
yeah.
Well,
looks
he's a
different,
father
too.
now.
Do you like his updated? There, I'm making the griffin so that it says Hef, but here I'm going to turn that off. No nameplate. Oh, you already
That's
could move Stargazer?
That's me. I moved Stargazer, Alamir.
Yeah, because I had. That's right.
I don't.
So then.
That is. I can move Stargazer. She's gonna hide because it's what she does.
Because I changed this to Hef, and this is. Oh, I know why it was that way. Everyone I already changed. This is Hef Dream Chaser. There we go. It's because I didn't have to worry about other people controlling the griffin. There you go. Hef, you can control your griffin now. Awesome.
And then if I go up, do I have a shot using my bow?
Absolutely.
Okay. Then I will take an attack. And I get 3 attacks per action. So I will attempt to do that.
Oh, this is interesting. That's because it was updated. I know why. There we go. 21 definitely hits.
Okay.
$14. All right.
And then I will attempt to do sharpshooter.
Okay.
Is there a way to do that easily on here other than
There isn't. Just subtract. We'll just subtract 5 from your result. Add 10 to the damage.
You can set up an attack if you want to on
Yeah.
Okay. Ha!
for a
Never mind.
sharpshooter attack.
Oh.
He's not
Never
awake
mind.
enough to do
Yeah.
that though.
Yeah, never mind.
He pulled back a little
right.
too much.
21 minus 5, 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's a big lumbering creature. It's low AC.
And then add 10 to that. Yep.
37. Ouch. Okay.
And turn complete.
All right. Luna. How come? There we go.
All right, so how far out is it? 10, 15.
It's close.
Within 30 feet?
No, not that close.
You said close. So I can't do that spell. I was going to do something I
Glenn
haven't
close?
done.
65 from you.
All right. So I'm gonna go to an oldie but goodie.
I mean, you can move
So,
closer and do something within 30 feet.
that's true. You know, I'm gonna do that. Just because I've never used this spell.
It's a good time. Good time to use new stuff.
So am I within 30 feet of it?
Yes, you are.
I've never got to use Blight before.
Ooh, blight.
What?
Yes.
All right.
So there is.
Necrotic damage on something that's probably already necrotic.
Roll the damage. So you cast the spell, and this dark negative energy hits this creature, rolls over it, and gets sucked into its body and becomes part of the darkness. He does not seem to be affected at all by it.
Interesting. I still got to use a new spell.
Yes, you did.
So it's up above me. I'm gonna move back. So it's 10. Until I figure out what. Actually, I'll go there. Until I figure out what it's about, really. I'm
Okay.
still waking up, so.
Sure. The creature is restrained until Alamir's turn, and it's now Alamir's turn.
Till the end of his turn, though, right?
I think that's right. Was it the end? Restrained
I thought that's what it said.
until the end of your next turn. Yes.
So just restrain it again. Can't hear you if you're saying anything.
I said I wanted to try something, so let's just do that. And I'm gonna cast this behind it,
Oh.
so that it doesn't hit any of us. Radiant damage.
Oh wait, we have to back up a sec. Hold on.
Go ahead.
It's actually immune to being restrained.
Oh, okay. So then it would just move.
So yes.
Yeah, it would attack.
So you
Okay.
move. So you're able to move it 30 feet into the air.
Or I would probably do more 30 feet back. That's what I'd probably move, push him back.
Okay.
Because it's shadow, so a 30-foot
Yeah.
fall is probably not going to affect it. Just gives us more time.
Yeah. My apologies there.
No, that's fine.
This is random by me. Randomly pulled out of D&D Beyond. I'm like, so I've never actually used this creature before.
They're fun
Pretty cool.
creatures.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
So it gets to go before Alamir does his sunburst then?
Correct.
Yes. It is not that intelligent. So the last thing that happened was Luna. It got shot. Luna cast magic at it, but it was friendly magic. So it's going to. The creature will point its finger at Hef.
You, not so much. You I like.
And Hef, you need to roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
Can I kill two in one campaign? I don't know. Let's find out.
Yes. Yes, you can.
Challenge accepted. Alamir will help.
You
Yep.
said wisdom, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So you pass
12.
out.
So that is a failure. So you are
Okay.
going to take.
Can I
Whoa.
use any? Can't use an inspiration.
That 39 is the average. That was quite the roll. What you can do though, actually, no, you have your fighter ability. You have you can re-roll your save if you want.
Yeah, let's give that a try.
Not resilient. What's
Do you have
it
anything
called?
you can absorb damage to? I don't know. I don't remember.
Not necrotic. No. Okay.
I
Okay.
just hurt myself. Twitch. Not so much.
So you take 51 points of necrotic damage, and you are frightened until the end of the Nightwalker's next turn.
Okay.
While frightened in this way, you are also paralyzed.
Oh wow.
Does he fall off the griffin then?
No.
So these saddles got seatbelts?
Dream Chaser is too good, and after over 10 years of flying together, I don't think that's going to be a problem. But that, and then the Nightwalker is going to fly. 1, 2, 3. He's going to be in the air. I'm going to put him back up. He is going to be 20 feet in the air, flying, and end his turn there. And
when I see that he's flying, I'm going to drop the web because that's concentration.
yep, okay.
And that's an instant. That's not. I don't have to take an action
Yep,
for it.
no problem. And now it is your turn, Almer.
I'm going to. I did right there. I'll use the same cast. I'm not going to change anything. I mean, it's DC 19 Constitution and it's Radiant.
Okay. Con save. Oh, that's his
That's his thing. That's his mojo.
That's his mojo. 25.
All right. So he's going to take half, if I remember correctly.
Half radiant, which still might do more damage because it's a
Right.
shadow or undead or whatever it is. So
Let me just make sure. Sunburst. Brilliant. On a failed save, a creature still takes 12d6 radiant damage and is blinded. Ooh, wow. On a failed save, creature still takes this. I already got the damage there. Don't worry about
failed, it's blinded?
it. Okay.
Yes.
just link the spell.
I am. There you go.
On a failed save, right. So if you make it, you're not blinded. Right.
Oh, so a successful save takes half the damage, and
Yes.
it isn't blinded.
Correct. Right.
So
Undead and oozes have disadvantage on their saving throw, though.
That's right.
So it's still been a 25.
Okay. So instead of 38 plus 5, 43, it takes 22. Radiant.
Wait, what would give it disadvantage?
If it was
Undead
an ooze,
If it was
I see.
undead and ooze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, what's the damage?
it's 43, half of that.
Oh, from up
So-
above. Right.
yeah.
Okay, 43, half of 40,
22.
So 22. Got it. And it does appear to take the entire the full damage from the radiant.
Does this thing emanate darkness around it? If so, the spell dispels the darkness.
It doesn't emanate darkness. It looks like it's made of darkness, but it
Okay.
the spell
It's
doesn't-
not like it's not getting cloaked in a 20-foot darkness. or
No,
anything.
it's not.
Okay.
No.
Then I'm done.
All right. Spot.
Do I got to roll to wake up?
Oh yes.
Perception.
Yes, you do.
And
The
the
thing-
last
the-
few
the-
times we
so
did this, you didn't
Passive
wake up
perception of 18.
Yeah, but
Does
that was
that
10 years
succeeded?
ago. That was
for.
like,
Yeah, 10 years ago, we couldn't wake you up ever.
yeah.
I know,
Let's
because
see if
he
he's
likes
become a
sleeping.
lighter
So,
sleeper in the last 10 years.
well, he has
Me-
a passive perception of 18 now. So does that wake him up, or do I got to roll?
Yes, that wakes him up.
I'd like you to roll.
He
Okay.
wants to roll it. And Spot's sleeping. No, he's not.
Awesome. Yep. Spot. You hear the yell. You wake up.
Why you guys gotta wake me up all the time? I just fell asleep. This is why I enjoyed being alone for the last few years.
That's
I
why you
see
started at
some big
school?
flying ghostly thing. I will throw. Did I get my darts to be returning darts in the last 10 years, Tom?
Oh. Sure. Why not?
That was the one and only thing that I asked for. so,
Absolutely. Absolutely. They are returning darts.
okay.
Why not? Nice. Look at that.
Crit for 12 on the first, because these act like my punches, being ranged monk weapons. 23 for 9.
Yep, that hits.
This is all magical because it's the +3, hopefully. So it
Yep,
does look like it's hitting
absolutely.
him.
Yeah, they do. Yep, he is taking damage.
Oh, I do have to
So
move
that's
within, what, 30 feet of him for this, so since he's 20 feet in the air.
yep.
And then I will flurry for 2 more.
So that was
Where's
30
my key
points of
points?
damage.
Or, sorry, for 1 more attack with my flurry.
Okay.
27 hit. I
Yep.
don't know why it didn't roll the damage.
9.
9.
Excellent. All right, they all pierce into the fleshy darkness, and then appear back in your hand.
Well, there's a bandolier around my waist that I
Sure.
just throw them out from, and then they keep appearing as I throw them.
Nice. And then are you going to finish a movement or stay there?
My movement, I will stay there. Yeah, I'll stay there. I don't care.
Okay.
I gotta lose a character this session sometime too. So
Similar to Hef, Jinx with his passive, I'm not gonna even ask to roll. So go, Jinx. You hear, you wake up. You're muted.
Says I wake up and I see what I see, huh?
This is what you see. Yep.
Yeah.
see Spot get up, yawn, run over, throw darts as I'm running, and I go, "Would you just come out in the light so I can see you better?" As the burst goes off behind me, you know.
I just want you to know Luno is really mean. Sorry. I'll just I see it and I'll just try to cast an Eldritch Blast at it.
Okay.
Nice and simple.
Nice and simple.
The kids learn
That's a
respect
miss.
very early in their, training though, so they didn't do it very long.
So I'm assuming the first one's a miss because it's a 1 rolled.
Right.
What about the R3?
They all hit.
They all hit. So up to 15 damage force.
Yep. He takes the full 15.
And I feel like there's something else we could do, but I can't think of what it would be. Oh, bonus action. Inspiration goes to Spot because he's out front.
Excellent. All right. Let's give Spot some inspiration here. And back to Hef. Uh-oh.
He's
What
scared.
happened to Hef? Is Hef hiding? What happened to Hef?
You delete him.
How
If
did
somebody
Hef-
accidentally hits delete when you're on top of him, he could have deleted them on accident.
Yeah, it's not on top of him. All right. Hold on.
What'd you do, Alamir?
He
I told you,
Erased
we're
him.
testing spells.
All right. Let's put that down. Let's go over. Here we go. Hef. C. And then I need to do it on this one, huh? Random encounters. There we go. Over. There we go. Wait, how come it's not showing up? Do you see it?
We can see it.
Okay, that's good because I don't see it on the on the other computer on the stream. Cute. Ah, it's cute.
All right. I will attempt to use sharpshooter and plink it with arrows.
Awesome. I'm just gonna reboot roll 20 over here real quick. Now I see him. Awesome.
20 plus 10 is 30 on the first attack.
Okay.
Second one, 30 to hit. All right. 28 total.
28.
And then last one, 19 to hit.
Yep.
And 31 total damage on the third hit. And I will. My turn is complete. Thank you.
So okay, so all of those were
Force.
Piercing.
Sharpshooter?
Yes.
Okay. So okay,
Man,
so 30, 58.
One missed.
Oh, wait a minute. The
19 minus 5
is 14.
is
That hits.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That actually is exactly exactly with the creature's armor class. Okay, so 40, 68, 99. 99 points of damage. The 3 arrows strike into the creature, and out of the back of its chest and abdomen, streams of dark matter come shooting out as the arrows pierce it, and the creature is now bloodied. Luna.
Does it have blood?
All right. You got a deal for Sunbeam? I'm gonna hit it with
I can't.
Sunbeam.
Actually, though, I got to do its bloodied thing though, real quick.
Okay.
As it's bloodied. Never mind. It's not something I have to actually do physically. Let me give you Sunbeam. Not there. Here. There. Oh.
Never got to use this one either.
Mm-hmm.
Da, 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 da. Okay, sunbeam. Thought you got used that one before. Let me give you control. Save to back. Here you go.
I don't think I have. I may have and don't remember it. So
Now maybe we've done. I guess
Martin's used
light
his.
You can hold the Alt
Yeah.
key down and angle it.
And yeah, drop it where you want.
Okay. Wrong key.
There you go.
There we go. That's close enough.
Yep.
So yeah, I hit with Sunbeam.
Okay. So what kind of save is that?
It
Con
is.
save. Oh,
It should be 20 con.
it's his jam. Oh, and he rolled a 1. Nice. So he takes the full 27 points of damage and is blinded.
Yes.
And he is not immune to being blinded, which is one of the few conditions he's not immune to. So first, let's do the damage. Yeah, and he is blind. I know I have something here. I thought I did. Anyway, we'll do it that. He's blinded. Yeah, I can't see it. Doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna do there. Good enough.
And let's see here.
Until your next turn. Okay. Wow. That's pretty huge.
And I'm there.
Are you
And
going
I'm
to
done.
use that spell again, or can I get rid of
No,
it?
you can get rid of it.
Got it. Okay.
You're not going to hold concentration on using your action to do it again for free?
If I
That's
had more
concentration.
slots there, if I had more slots, I could use it.
No, you can.
No, it's a
con-
concentration. You just hold
yeah, it's
it on
concentration.
him,
Yeah.
I'm
You
gonna
keep
hold
it- you-
it then. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you
hold
keep
it there
it.
a minute.
and you can
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll just
redirect it.
assume it's there. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. It's the Nightwalker's turn. It is heavily damaged. It is blinded.
By the light.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's a song there.
So
Wrapped up like a douche. Never mind.
what can it? Like, it really can't do much of anything. Yeah, it's hurt. It's blinded. It does not like the light, and so it is going to lift itself up and begin flying away.
You lift
10,
me up.
20, 30, 40, 10. And it begins flying away. That's its turn. Back the way it came.
Did Hef get a save since it was end of his turn? Didn't he remember he was supposed to be paralyzed?
He was.
But-
60. So right now it is 30.
Oh, and actually, Hef wouldn't have been able to hit him because Hef was paralyzed. Still until yeah,
Yep. So he's not bloodied. Maybe he's not running either.
that's right. So that's additional. So that was 99 damage. He's not that bad off. He is blinded still, and now Hef is no longer going to be.
He lost concentration.
Paralyzed.
Yeah. He
Or
lost his
frightened.
concentration. Yep. Good.
Or it actually just goes away when on the creature's turn, similar to these spells. It is blinded, so it is going to move forward and down, and yeah. So it's going
Does
to
it
come
hit any
down to the
trees while it's
ground.
moving around blinded?
What's that?
Does it hit any trees while it's moving around blinded? Because aren't there like trees all around us right now?
There are. It's pretty big. It's pretty strong. And it's going to step forward here. It is going to blindly attempt to attack where it kind of remembers Spot. Here's what I'm going to do, actually. It's got to do two things to hit Spot. One is attack with disadvantage. But before he does that, he's going to have to attempt probably mainly through intuition. That's good enough, barely. So with disadvantage.
Does it have blind sense or anything since it's a shadow?
Nope.
Okay.
Doesn't.
Can't sense other shadows.
So it strikes out. One of its strikes is not in your general vicinity Spot. The other one, yes, smacks right into you. Its big, long arms, huge claws. Even though it can't see you, it gets close enough to where you are that its claws rake through you. That's 34 necrotic damage, and you need to make a con save, please.
What is your inspiration?
You're muted.
D12.
D12, right? Yeah.
Oh,
No, I'm gonna go with I hope an 18's high enough.
Okay. It is not. It is
Do I have
not.
to? Can I use it?
Yeah. You
I don't
can
know. How
use
does your inspiration work? Do I have to know if it's not before I use it, or do I have to use it and not care? That's, I guess, what I was wondering.
I mean, DM said you could use it.
Yeah.
Um,
Just use it.
Plus
how?
3. 21.
And with the inspiration from Jinx, you are barely able to shake off the effects of this negative energy. And so your hit point maximum isn't also reduced.
Well, I only took 20 points of that damage because I rolled 14 on my temp hit points.
you said maximum, though. Side effect of the spell.
I know, but I only took 20 of the 34.
Oh, gotcha.
That's what I'm saying. So it would have only reduced me by 20 if it did.
All right. That is its turn. Alamir.
All right, he's having way too much fun, as we said. Let's see.
And he's got a 10-foot reach, right?
At least.
Okay.
It looks
All
like
right,
it
so-
looks like it would reach out 15 feet.
All right, I need him to roll a Dex save.
He can reach out as far as he is wide. He's got really long arms, guys. He's a gangly mother trucker.
He is. Disintegrate. Dex save. How about a 19?
He matches it.
He
Okay,
does.
so let's see what I have to do now.
It's half damage.
It's half damage.
Okay, then didn't take the half damage of that.
41.
Still took.
Yep. And he is now bloodied again.
And I'm gonna go. You said this is just mud in here, right?
Yeah, I mean, in theory, you were on the edge, so
Okay, I'm just
ignore the mud that's like here and up here.
Okay, I'm just gonna go here. I'm just trying to spread us all out.
I mean, I'm just reusing maps I already had.
That's fine. So yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Spot.
It's a 19 hit,
19 hits.
11 points of damage.
Okay.
19 for 17 points of damage.
Very good.
Flurry. Just because I want to get him down as far as we can. I don't care if I die. 22 for 24.
Excellent. There's this hollow, like
26 for 15.
almost like wind howling through a cave noise that the creature is starting to make as you pummel on it, and it's writhing like it's in some sort of pain.
Can I stun it? Or spend points to try to stun it? Is he able to be stunned?
You don't know. You can try.
Well, he's Constitution save for the first hit to see if it seems to affect him.
29.
Okay, another one.
27.
Another one.
22.
And one more.
One more. 29.
Okay. I got points to burn, guys.
I
Still
know.
got 12 left.
Yep. All right. You staying there?
Since he kind of knows where I am, yeah, I'm going to move around to this side of him.
Okay. You run around. Jinx.
Can I,
Oh, yeah.
well,
Go ahead.
can I stealthily try to do that? I mean,
Sure.
I don't know.
Go
I
ahead
got
and
80 feet
roll a
of
stealth
85
check.
feet of movement, but
Yeah, that's because that's less than half your movement. Go ahead and roll a stealth check. Nice. Okay.
I mean, I do have ring of free movement, so it's not like I'm sticking in the mud as I'm running around making a bunch of clock, clock, clock sounds. So
That's right.
hopefully it's good.
All right, Jinx. It's all right. I know, so many options, right?
Not really. Everything I have is defense. It's not really offensive in any way, and he looks like he's fine.
Yeah, I'm only down 20 hit points.
Yeah, it's not even a quarter of a heal, since I only have one way to heal.
I mean, you can give me inspiration again if you want. It came in handy. So
Yeah. Stay in the fight for that. I will. I will go ahead and give him inspiration, and then I will just continue shooting rays in the back of its head with Eldritch Blast. So inspiration for him, Eldritch Blast against him.
Okay.
So I gotta roll these all.
Yep. Hit.
Well, that's a miss.
And
That's a miss, probably.
Yep. All right.
Oh, 10 points. For a cantrip, that's fine. And then, he gets inspiration, and then I will...
need to get that potent cantrip like our wizard guy has.
No. And then he can go there. Well, I had something I could have done earlier if we were prepared for it. At the beginning of the day, I can give you something, but that's kind of a waste right now.
Okay. Back to Hef with his sunbeam that's still shooting out into the creature.
And we're saying that he was... Oh, never mind. He said half.
Oh, I'm sorry. Luna. Oh, that is Hef.
Ah.
Hef, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, Hef's
Yeah,
up
yeah.
first, and he's not blinded anymore, so now he should be able to shoot.
Yep. No, Hef. And you can shoot now.
The usual.
Oh, yeah. 35 hits. Or 30. Because I'm assuming 29.
I'm next
Yeah.
to it, so he should get all the damage too for the sneak attack on the first
Oh,
one.
actually, now that you mention it, I believe I have a sneak attack.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I forgot
Yeah.
that was including sneak attack before. It wasn't 99 damage.
Okay, next one. 24. -5 is 19. So 23 total on the second hit.
Well, it'd be only 10 plus your 10.
Right, so
The
20.
sneak attack only applies to your first one. So 29 and 20. What is that? -5? Does a 17 hit?
Yeah, 17 hits.
Oh, nice.
It's only a 14 armor class. There we go. 15, 25. And with that, the darkness dissipates
Sweet.
into the air.
Does it let out a weird scream like the game Enshrouded when you kill the floating things?
It's just it was that howling wind kind of noise, and then it's gone.
Did anything
found-
fall on the ground?
Like treasure? No, it didn't.
No, like whatever summoned it. You know, if it got, I don't know. That's why I'm wondering. Like, did this thing get
A
summoned
personal
by
shadow
something
bracelet or
that
something?
No, but it might have been a stone or a rock that
Like
this person
an
maybe
essence
summoned
or
it
something?
into, yeah, something. I don't know. That's why I was asking.
No, nothing falls.
Okay.
It just disappears.
That would have been my next one if it had not died.
I go back over and I curl up next to Windcatcher and I go, let's go back to bed.
Ceci is still laying down sleeping.
Mhm.
And she kind of stirs as you get back into back inside, and she's like, is anything going on?
No,
Oh.
it's 15 seconds of fame and then it went away.
Oh, okay.
So did that interrupt the long sleep for everybody, or
No, everybody still gets a long rest at this point. You'll have to spend an extra 2 hours, but
get it?
then
Got
you
it.
can
Got it.
everyone will get a long rest. And the next day, you make it to Holberg. It is uh, a relatively rugged northern town. It's very small, walled um, city. Reminds you of Hill's Edge. Other than, I mean, it's not as well laid out inside as Hill's Edge for commerce. It's walled purely for defense, and there's fishermen and hunters and miners are the three major things that the city focuses on for sustenance and trade.
I'm sorry, you're saying they trade miners?
Uh,
What
Possibly.
type of miners?
You don't know. You could ask. So what's the plan? What are you doing?
I think we're gonna talk to the people of Halberg, of Hamburg, of Halberg, of this burg, and go to the inn, the tavern, or wherever. Talk to some of the locals. We can send people out to go canvass some of the locals. Ask them about these black dragon and black dragolich, and basically see if we can get some local information.
Absolutely.
Now
Um,
it was the three guys, the three people. Did they come from Hamburg or did they come from the town that was originally attacked? The one up here.
No, no, no. What people are you talking about?
The guy, the ones who came in tired and drank ale, the guys with the ponytails.
That was just one guy.
Oh, okay, I thought it was three for some reason.
Carvo. Nope, just him. Just one.
So Carvo,
Um,
did he say which town he was from,
he No, he didn't. But
or
you
is he
know
like
that,
Strider?
yeah, basically a Strider. Yep.
I will at least bring up his name to see if anybody knows of him, just to hear, what am I looking for? Some people to truth of the story, that sort of thing.
So you find it in,
Mm-hmm.
and so there is a local lord
Mm-hmm.
um, called a Harmach, and you learn that is held by the Holmaster family. Um, and you ask about Carvo, and the name seems to strike a bell. Um, they kind of give a description, a taciturn uh, elf, and you're like, and describe him, and you're like, yeah, that that was definitely him. So he was here.
We get a table. We eat. We at least patronage
Yep.
the tavern inn. We're not gonna just drive by.
Yeah.
Also look for rooms for the night, that sort of thing, because we are gonna stay in town to, as I said, get information on top of what we already have.
Okay.
At least that's what Alamir's planning on doing. You others, I know I see Jenkins passing out the money,
Well, that
passing
I
out the
figured
blessings.
the poor people are more willing to probably talk, about their issues,
Yeah.
which might
So-
give me more information too.
Well, true. So he's going that route. So that's taking that spot. What are you doing?
Eating.
Eating. Okay, Luna.
Just looking around to see if I recognize anybody, anything.
Okay.
If not, I'll
Zan?
be hanging with some of y'all.
Hef.
Hef would be looking around trying to talk to whoever the governing body is, saying, we have a Griffin service that can really help you out here.
Way out here in Hamburg.
Hey,
Yeah,
we got to start somewhere.
You're right, and actually, we have 5 griffins right now. We could, leave here for you guys to clean up after.
Strategically, 3 female and 1 very happy male. So
Yes.
Yeah, the male's gonna lose his balls.
And I'm going to use also our little friend, our trekking nymph, youngin.
Yeah. Ceci.
Just let Ceci she would know more of the locale. She would know more of the, the talk of the town and how to get, because she's from this, not
Yeah.
town but area, region.
So Ceci very quietly, she looks around. She has a look of disdain on her face. She's like, this place is just nothing but peasants and riffraff. Uh,
Does she partake in food and drink?
yes, she
She's
does.
young, but
Oh, no,
everybody
she
drank
does.
ale
That
back
I
then.
stop eating and I walk outside and go look for the riffraff.
Okay, he's looking for the riffraff.
Um,
Alimer continues to talk to patrons and the tavern keeper.
so and Hef is directed to Natalie Holmaster, who is the current
Constabulary.
city Harmach. So
You're married.
you
saying.
so in talking to people, you you find out they're hardy, simple folk. There's a lot of heavy drinking, boisterous singing. They're having a good time. They're enjoying themselves probably as hard as the days that they work. But there is this kind of underlying reticent feeling, this almost like a underlying fear that pervades the tavern. And Spot, you go out and you look around, and you find some abandoned buildings, and you find some you know exactly what to look for, and you do find some teens and a little younger hanging out, trying to stay warm, looking like they haven't eaten well over the past winter.
And I have food, cheese, and bread and everything that I brought with me to give to them. And I just sit down next to them.
Excellent. And they are they're afraid at first, looking like they're going to run, but
I've perfected this over the years. I know how to get them to
Exactly.
like me. So
Yes, and you quickly win them over. Food definitely, walking through an opening window or otherwise with a hands full of food usually does the trick.
yep.
Yeah.
I try to get whatever information I can from them about the area or anything that anybody knows, people they've seen come through, any of the robes of red or purple or anything, that we might know about or
So you learn three things. It's been a really rough winter. And people have been really struggling more than usual, but usually there's good-hearted people in the city that usually look out for the unfortunate children who are left homeless and taking care of themselves. But they haven't had very much extra to be able to give out, so it's been extra hard for everyone. Second of all, you learn about that people in purple robes, yes, they often come into town in usually in groups of 2 to 5 is the most the kids have ever seen together. And the last time anyone was here, though, was at least a good month ago.
they were coming in wearing 5 purple robes together, so not minions with them, but actual robe wearers.
Yes, and they would come with other people too.
Yep.
With groups of people dressed in strange black leather garb. And the third thing would be they definitely talk about the Dracolich and how it had been seen from the city walls, and everyone in town is living in fear of a direct attack from the creature, hoping it stays out. But it's also been attacking the farmhouses, and just not. So it used to just attack and take, just kind of take what it needed to eat, and now it's every time it shows up, it's just killing, devastating, destroying cropland, just simply causing destruction.
Okay. I remind them to keep their heads down. I give them 10 gold to split among themselves to hopefully have better food and places to stay with it if they can, or help out their friends. And then I'll tell them that I will send up an envoy from my academy to the town, and have them maybe start a little thing here to help them out once we take care of the Dracolich.
Oh, excellent! They are extremely, like, they're ecstatic. Like 10 gold is going to feed them for pretty much the rest of the year.
Yeah, as long as they have food. That's
Right.
what I was hoping for.
Yep. Absolutely. And will allow them to get, um, clothes, shoes, whatever they need to keep warm and
And I
keep safe.
and I remind them, don't squander it all in one place. Make sure you have a roof over your head and food in your belly.
Yep. Yeah, and you are effusely thanked. Um, all right.
When I get back to the inn, I try to talk to the owner to tell him to leave a plate out every night of meat and cheese, and eventually introduce hopefully one of them to him, and then I will pay him to do that for the next few months.
Okay. Excellent. Does Hef go to look for Natalie?
Yes.
Excellent. Easy enough. Like, there is a large, um, not necessarily. It is a much larger, like a small mansion in a town like this, a manse, with servants and the like. That would be where the the Holmaster family would be found. So, and you go there, you're able to um, get an audience with Natalie, and we'll come back to that. So the people talking to people in the inn, so which I assume is the rest is Alamir, Jinx, and Luna.
Yes.
Yeah, basically, yes.
Yep,
Um,
yep.
With not gonna worry about roles. You are all have your own ways, especially Jinx, of making people open up and talk.
Fireball.
Yeah.
He does. He said it. Cast it. Do it. Roll it.
Oh, and the whole game changes.
The tavern is hot tonight.
I'm glad I left.
Um,
Well, you said we had our ways.
and you, yeah, do you use your real names?
No.
I did with the kids, but not in the tavern.
The Alamir does. He's not using it in the hero worshipping way. He's using it in more of the
Influential.
influential, authoritative.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to do something. We've been asked to do this type way.
I assume Hef used his real name to get entrance to the leader. Is that
Yes.
correct? Okay.
Yes.
Just making sure. So Alamir and Luna, are you using your name?
I do not unless someone asks me and I feel like I might trust them.
Okay.
And Alamir does because he's traveled all over this region. He may have come to this town in the past. We don't. I mean, has he?
No.
Uh,
Just means as soon
Typical.
as they know it's you,
Yeah.
they know it's all of us. So
you have not been here for sure.
Okay, but I will use. I mean, I have nothing to fear with my
No
name.
problem. Nobody here seems to, with just Alamir using their name, nobody recognizes and puts together who
The,
you all are.
the heroes of Hill's Edge. Okay.
Yes. So, but they are willing. They do open up, and they begin to talk about the same type of things that the kids were telling Spot, the rough winter they've had, but mostly about the dragon, and how the dragon had lived for um, as long as anyone could remember, longer even than the Holmaster family, who's been ruling this city for generations. Um, the dragon was here long before them. Um,
What race is the Hull whatever family?
they're human.
Okay. When you said generations, I want to get an idea of how long that really was.
Yep, absolutely. That's a valid question. Um, but they, you know, that they've actually been ruling this town since probably the previous prior to
since
1350
your mama
DR.
was in diapers.
So at least almost a couple hundred years. And the dragon that was always for a black dragon, it was relatively harmless, kept to itself. Was really more of a recluse than anything, and then all of a sudden showed up, um, killing and ruining and letting out jets of poisonous gas and tearing things apart and killing just for the sake of killing. And because as an undead creature, and the locals think that they have lots of different theories about how the dragon became a Dracolich. Um, and a lot of them have to do with evil in the swamp, powerful wizards. Um, the
I squash it all, and I go. They only become a Dracolich if they want to become a Dracolich.
Wow, that was deep.
yeah, and they yeah, and some of the and one of them, this old fisherman, he's got one eye scratched away. And he's got no patch over it. It's just this what's left of a whitened eyeball in the socket. Scraggly black hair that's
Thinking, what did you do?
at least half of it fallen out. He's looking around and he goes, "I tells y'all, it was those wearers of purple, those purple robed,
MFers.
them cultists from up in the mountains. They done do this. We haven't seen them since, have we? No.
From up in the mountains. Like, exactly where up in the mountains?
And they tell you all of exactly what, a place that Alamir had already learned of. So the Worm Smoke Keep. Yeah. And yeah, they I mean, it's been there, similar to the dragon. It's been there as long as anyone can remember. It's only been in the last 5 years or so that there's been a lot of activity of people from the keep coming down into Holberg, but that ended about a 10-day ago. Nobody's seen any of them since.
We're too late, guys. We're too late.
Do we accelerate?
I
mean-
run faster.
You run faster. But he doesn't know which way he's going.
But you're getting there fast. So mm-hmm.
He hits a wall.
And about that time, Ceci, who had disappeared, appears back at the table. And she sits down. She's got some cake. And is sitting there eating it with her hands. Yeah.
Did you pay for that?
Of course. I paid for that.
Let me see your receipt.
So
Exactly.
I was talking to one of the local trackers, the hunters, and I know, and there's a path up to a glade where they say there's some strange dragon totems, a magical glade where the wares of purple and the other people from the keep go to travel, to teleport is what it sounded like, to various out and in from other parts of the world.
The glade sounds very much like a druid's network, huh?
I raise an eyebrow.
Now we know who's really the bad guy in this story.
Zemsta took over his soul.
Zemsta was the evil twin.
Well, you brought me along to to find out where to go, and it seems to me like if we could go check out this keep, but if they haven't been seen in a 10-day, perhaps they are left through the glade.
Or perhaps they left some evidence back there where they might have missed or forgot about, and it gets them our direction as well. I mean, how far away is the difference in time?
What do you mean?
Is it worth? You said how far away is it? Like as far as this glade, and then the where they said they're not going to be anymore. Is it really out of our way to go check that out first, and then go to the glade?
The glade would be on the way to the keep.
Done.
Yeah.
Okay.
More or
Do
less.
the glade and then the keep.
More or less. Right?
Less than more?
And it's still, you got here mid-morning, because it wasn't that far. You flew in, and there was quite the hubbub. It's still a hubbub. It's starting to make its way into the inn as people come in, talking about the griffins. Not often that people up here see tamed griffins.
Flying mounts.
Yeah.
If they see them, throw it out there, kind of throw it there. Wouldn't it be nice to see them guarding the city?
Yeah, let Hef do the spiel again.
So, which is a good segue back to Hef. Hef, you get audience with Natalie Holmaster. Imagine a Russian woman in her late 30s, early 40s. Dark.
Xenia on a top.
What's that?
Zinnia on the top.
Yep.
So black hair, cut shoulder length, probably a little bit, maybe about 25, 30 pounds overweight, dressed um, in a nice fur robe and some silks, and she greets you, invites you in uh, to a sitting room. Well,
Okay.
so you are Hef.
Yes. Yes, ma'am, I am.
And with the griffins at the wall, I assume you are one of the heroes of Hill's Edge. The killers of Tiamat.
We were involved in that, yes.
Well, of course you are. You and your heroic friends are very welcome in Holberg.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So one of the things that we may be able to talk about, I don't know if your community could benefit from this, but likely it would help as far as protecting your town, keeping roads safe, and helping your whole level of commerce be on a more secure footing. And I continue to go in through the
Oh my God, this is a pyramid scheme.
business plan of it, just talking with her. Now, the question would be, does she have enough people to support this? Would this get enough support from the local businesses? Because it does have to be kind of crowd-funded, so to speak. And then we got to go get griffins, train them, and all that, because we're not going to probably fly a bunch of griffins from Waterdeep to here. That's not likely going to happen.
I'm very, very excited and interested in this plan, this offer. Yes, there's much interest there.
More snacks for the
Yeah,
dragon.
there are logistics to be dealt with, of course, for training and figuring out how. Actually, they are carnivorous creatures, so there is much in the mountains and around here, and also in the swamp that they could eat. That probably would not be that great an issue.
Good.
The training and the place to house them, the stable them, would be of greater concern. We do not have a lot of land available here. But
Well, we have. I can recommend some architectural drawings and other stuff, and get it with a local builder of your preference. And if you help build up what needs to be done for the kennels and the entire surrounding, I would say we could get by with an acre on the outskirts of the city, and we could build things around that to make it work for the griffins.
no, that sounds quite quite doable. I assure you that if that the resources could be found, and we would be able to make that our part of the arrangement happen. Definitely.
Okay. And then I'm pretty sure I could provide over a period of time a female that has been trained, and basically somebody that or a griffin that I know personally very well. Will make sure that griffin makes it here, and then that is how we would seed the whole group and get the training going. And then this would also need several local citizens to learn how to handle griffins, and it would be a whole training program and should help your economy. So,
Excellent. That sounds wonderful. Can I I hate to look
Read the fine print.
as they say
They can read.
in the West, I hate to look the gift unicorn in the mouth, but why are you offering this? We don't know you. There are much larger cities, even within Tha, that you could be working with.
Yes, I have several various cities that I'm talking with in preliminary stages, and we happen to be around here checking into a Dracolich
Concern.
apparently, yeah, concern in the area, and I thought, well, we'd run it by you and see if you're interested and see if this has legs and makes sense. If it doesn't, that's okay. But I just throwing it out there as an idea.
Well, we are very, very grateful, and also extremely excited that you are here to take care of this Draculich.
Take care of or investigate?
Or side with.
Funny how it twists, right?
Yes. La Vesteric was not a danger up until recently, but now the has already caused many deaths of our people. So, yes. Do you know where to find him?
We do not.
Ah, well, that is very easy. And over here, and up on the wall is a beautifully done, um, brightly illustrated map. The cartography and the illustrations on it, extremely artistically beautifully done. And she points to this area directly northwest, straight from Holberg into the marshland. And she says, here. And there's this area that is on the map darker than the rest. This very dark olive green, surrounded with like little patches of like black and very dark brown. And she goes, here is the creature's lair. I must assume that even a Draculich would not leave its lair, would need somewhere to stay or sleep or whatever it does, and would not, in the very least, dragons, dead or alive, are always tied to the treasure hoards.
That was one question I was going to ask is, I would ask Alamir, do Dracoliches have a horde or do they just collect dead bodies?
They do. They have hordes.
Similar to liches, whatever they were passionate
Sitting
about
on
in
before.
life.
As a DM, I know this. I just,
Yeah.
that my character would be wanting to find that out.
Yep. Nice. All right. And I assume Hef goes back to the tavern.
Yes, and I obviously thank you for the information. I tell her, exactly where we're staying, and we're thinking of leaving tomorrow. Worst case in a day, but I'm thinking we're leaving early tomorrow. So,
Excellent. All right. You make it back, and it's about lunchtime at this point. What do you guys want to do? I assume you said you were like eating, drinking, so you have lunch. What do you want to do after lunch?
I do share the where she recommended, so everybody knows the destination, or at least her thoughts on destination.
So you think we should just go now?
We can.
If we're worried about it leaving, yeah.
I mean, it is only lunchtime.
Yep.
That's true. It might have already eaten.
Yep. I'm good with leaving now.
Not with that chuckle.
If yeah. Yep.
All right. So, all right, let's go.
Just to be clear, are you heading to the
You said the glade on the way
towards
to.
the glade on the way to the keep, or are you heading to the dragon's lair?
The first thing we should do is the dragon's lair. But we have to go through the glade for that anyway.
No.
Whatever's on the way to wherever we're going.
So on the map, if you're looking at the map, right?
Yeah.
Just want to make absolutely sure. Yep, everyone's on this map.
You are here.
So the glade is on the way up to the keep up north of you. The dragon's lair is to the northwest into the swamp.
Oh, then I say we go to the northwest. We need to do the dragon. That was the original reason we were brought up here.
We were brought? No, we came because...
I said so. But
Yep.
Swamp though, just got these new shoes.
Exactly. It's time to press the digitation. They're clean. Oh wait,
I know.
Clean. Oh, wait, they're clean. Wait, they're clean. Wait,
Exactly.
clean.
Nice.
Cast at will.
Okay. The weather here today, and
The swamp is
when
clean.
you woke up this morning,
The swamp is clean.
yep, it's cloudy. Looks like the high for the day is going to be in the mid 40s. So it's a bit nippy, bit cold, especially up here in the north. But at least, and there's a very light wind, about 8 miles an hour,
Yeah.
blowing in from probably from across the south, maybe a little southeast, into Holberg off the Moonsea. And though it's not that, so this bright, crisp, cloudy day embraces you as you walk out of Holberg and get on your griffins and head into the marsh to look for the recently turned Dracolich, Larvestaric. And that is where we're going to end for the evening.
Sounds good.
Excellent. Well, that ends session 72. Always a fun time playing with you, gentlemen. Thank you very much. And
Thank you.
we really appreciate everyone out there watching. Until next time, may your lives be filled with peace, joy, and love. Good night.